Welcome back to Njord. Today I'm going to go through the electrical system a bit more in detail for those who are interested in that stuff. The system has been upgraded starting 2022, adding solar. So we've got 8 100 watt solar panels up on the flying bridge, and they come down to this solar panel isolator, so you can switch them off and work on the system properly without risking any power on stuff. So solar comes in here, goes to this quite big, a little bit of overkill actually, but solar panels tend to get bigger, so I figured it's better to buy a bigger one. So that can handle 150 volts and it can charge up to 100 amps, and it's connected through the Victron CAN network. So this one has a nice feature that you can use, and that's automatic start and stop on different things. They call it street light function, so we use it for the anchor light. So automatically when this thing feels that there is no voltage on the solar panels, it automatically turns on the anchor lights. So you can see here, this is the distributor. It can handle 1000 amps, so you can see whatever goes in here. So this is the fat major power cable from the inverter. Solar comes in here. This one goes out to the 12 volt switch panel. These are the Orions, which I will come to a little bit later on the way. And over here you can see the Lynx shunt here, measures any power going in and out of the batteries. So that's where you get all the data and all the statistics and history and stuff like that. So the house battery bank comes in here, so there's a main switch that turns off all the batteries if you need to do some work, or I prefer to turn the lithium batteries off during winter storage, because they will not discharge, and then you don't have to worry about charging them over winter. These two are the Orion XS, 50 amp each, so they're connected to the alternators, on one on each engine. So that also goes in and of course charges the system as soon as the engines are up and running. And here's the 4 lithium batteries, 100 amps each. Each battery has a fuse here, an MRBF fuse. And so that's if something happens with this battery, some sort of fault or whatever, and that fuse will blow and it won't affect the other batteries here. And then they all come into this Lynx power in, and so all the cables are the same length, and they all go into this big 400 amp T-class fuse. So if you get a massive failure, or this cable, I mean it's protecting the cable basically, if something happens there, that fuse will blow and the disaster won't spread into your system. So yeah, and then at the heart of things is the inverter, of course. Inverter charger, that is. So it's 12 volts, 3000 VA, and there's a 120 amp charger in there. And the good thing about this is the Multiplus 2, and it has one power coming in and two AC power, that is, and two AC power out. And this two goes into the RCD protection, so AC1, AC2, and I also installed an extra fan here just to get some more air into this space. It's pretty big, but it never hurts to get some more air in there. And I've also got a temperature sensor sitting down there, so that will show on the control panel if this space is starting to get warm. Lithium batteries doesn't enjoy temperatures over 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty good to have that extra cooling there. This whole package is connected to the, I don't know if you can see it down there, that's the servo, so that's kind of the computer that takes care of all the stuff, and that one is also connected to the Wi-Fi router, so it's always online. And over here is where we can see all the things happening in the system. So we're now on shore power, so 1000 watts going in. AC loads is 975, so that's the hot water cylinder heating. DC loads, fridges and whatnot, is 80 watts, and you can see the battery is actually full, so it's in float charging. It's 99%, and you got the voltage, how much amperage it's going in and out, and watts, and the temperature of the the battery box over there. So, and you can choose different views. Here's one which has a combination of house bank and black water tank, but you can also see levels over here. So we got Bluetooth sensors for the black water tank, because the normal sensors in the tank get clogged up. So, and this is a sensor that's sitting on the outside and has some radar functionality that measures the depth of the surface. We also got different environments, so that's the engine room, which also has a little temp sensor, so that's 23 degrees now. It's not been running for a while. Freezer 11, galley fridge 1 degree, so that's Ruby tags, Bluetooth in there. You get all sorts of notifications here. For instance, if the engine room gets too warm, it'll send you an email and a text. You can just choose all these different settings. These are where all the settings happens for the system setup and all that. You've also got the you can set different shore power. So in this case I'm on a very weak shore power, so I've set the current limit to 6.5 amps, and not to blow the shore power fuse. This is a special function. It's actually not, in this case it's not a generator, it's a little pump that I have set on a timer to make sure that the bilge is always 100% dry. But you can connect your generator to this thing as well. And there's a lot of functionality in this system, so yeah, it's up to you how much you want to work with this. And then there's another really nice feature, which is that you can see there's because the servo is connected online, you can start the Victron app, so you can see all that stuff wherever you are in the world. Then if I go here, I can have a look at my son's water pump. This is in New Zealand now, so and he's running 48 volts and big batteries on that installation. So this makes it really easy for if you need a technician or someone to help you with the installation or some problem that occurs. You can give them the user rights and they just log in through the VRM and they're in your system to help. But you can also look at all sorts of different statistics, so it's always registering what's going on in the boat. So a lot of different graphs and stuff like that. But you can also use this as a console. So no. So you're actually logging in and seeing the exact same thing as we see on the boat monitor itself, which is pretty handy because here you can change all the settings and do all the stuff that you basically can do if you're on the boat. It's a bit slow today. There you go. So if we go settings, for instance, we see the exact same thing here as what we have there. So really good functionality from Victron. Yeah, that's about it for the battery and the electrical system. I'll show you some more pictures from the engine room and the batteries and stuff down there. So down in the engine room again. So just put that ladder away. So this is where the starter batteries lives. So starboard, port, and the generator there. And they're all charged through a battery switch, which is living inside here. So it's both alternators goes in, and then it has 3 different outgoing to charge all those batteries. And then there's on the panel here you've got the windlass breaker there. You can turn the inverter off there, and these are the boat didn't have any separate batteries for the bow and stern thrusters, so when we added one battery just very close to the stern and the bow thruster, I left this cable there because they're really big cables, and it's pretty good because now they're actually working as a parallel starter battery so each one is connected to the engine batteries inside here, the engine switches, so you kind of got double the capacity for for the starter batteries, and normally when the engine is running it charges the starter battery as well as the both thrusters, which is pretty handy. So a switch for the generator, port engine, emergency parallel and starboard engine there. And this little thing here is the fire prevention system, BSCO system. So a lot of items that if there's a fire and the fire extinguisher goes off, you don't want the ignition to be on, or the fuel valves to be on, or something like that. So they're all connected to this thing, and it turns everything that can cause fuel to ignite. It just turns them off, and of course connected to an alarm and all that up there by the helm. This is a Harsonic. It's something that I think the American Navy invented to prevent growth on your bottom. I don't have a clue if it works, but I've left it there because yeah, I didn't want to remove it. Probably make some difference to have it. That master volt thing in there is 12 to 24 volt converter, because the boat has a 24 volt diesel heater. So, and it's also a cable going up to the flying bridge where we sometimes have an extra freezer, and that's also 24 volts. And then that's the engine battery charger, so it also has 3 outputs, so that's shore power based. This box here is where the old lead acid batteries used to go, so recycled them, and now just using the box for storage of engine oils and whatnot in there. We also moved the water filters because they were really complicated to reach before, so now they're pretty easy to get to and clean if something happens in there. So that's good. That's the pump relay station for the cruise air conditioner is down there. Deck pump, or saltwater pump if you like. There's double Racor filters on each side like that. Very nice to have that function, and very easy to see if something starts growing. We've never used anything else but what we call a blank diesel or diesel without RME. You don't want to have trouble with stuff starting to grow in your tank. So and in the back here, well, there's one of the bilge pumps. There's 3 big ones. Going there and there. And yeah, and that's the automatic engine room extinguisher. And then coming around here, that's the fuel filter for the generator, and that's the fuel line to the diesel heater going there. And then the Onan generator, of course, which can be started from down here. This cable here is where that's a temperature sensor for the for the engine room that's connected to the servo. In the back here you've got the overflow thingy for the cooling. Yep, that's about it. Engine room. So while we're at it, this is the galley. Underneath here is where the Blackwater tank is located. So that's the Bluetooth depth meter, and that's the analog one. And over here, that's the macerator pump. If you need to empty in the ocean, and you just switch the valve in the toilet for that. So the TV elevator also use this space to have some tools that you always seems to need, and they're always tucked away, so this is pretty good. So TV used to be a normal antenna there, but we removed that. Now it's just online and connected to the Wi-Fi. Just comes down like this. It's definitely a very robust construction, that one. And yeah, just close the hatch, and there we go. So the breaker panel is these are all 12 volts up there, down here, which is the diesel heater. So that one is actually 24 volts, and these ones here is only working if you run shore power or generator power. So at the moment we're on shore power, so you block the generator with this blocking thing here. So if you're off shore power, switch that one, block that one, start the generator, flick that one. So it's kind of a really good manual switch. It's impossible to do anything wrong there. So let's turn the shore power on again. And these are all 230 that comes from the inverter. So the cooktop has an electric ignition on it. So, and you got all the ACs, outlets, forward, aft, deck, washing machine, TV. There's a spare one which is called grill. There used to be a grill out there in the wet bar, and outlets mid. And there's also quite a few spares here and there. So it's definitely not full if you want to do some additional connections to this one. In the back here, if you can see that up there, and there's separate fuses there for all the lanterns and instruments and bilge pumps and stuff that's basically always on, and they can of course be maneuvered from this side here as well, but they're always on. So if you want to run the engine room bilge pump manually, you just turn it on up here or in the aft or whatever. So yeah, that's the Oh yeah, there's one thing. Trim tabs. The boat has trim tabs, but we've disconnected all the because they were just in the way, and it's just no meaning trying to adjust your trim tabs on this boat. So we always run them in a flat position and then just removed all the cabling and all that. It's still there, so you can install it if you like. In the helms and seat there's a loudspeaker switch there, so because you can only run 4 loudspeakers at a time, so that's where you handle that stuff if you want to play music up in the on the flying bridge. And underneath here is the Webasto heater, diesel heater. So while we're in here looking at a little bit more in details, I'd like to show you this. This is the in the master stateroom. So under the stair here, and there's actually lights in there as well. We keep some spares and some tools and a lot of stuff that belongs to the boat. It's a good low point to keep stuff like this, and you don't need to get in there as often, so that works pretty well.